Hopefully, anyways, there's no guarantees with this stuff. Hey, what do you know? It's working. How's it going, Joe?
Good.
We're live. We're up and going. How's everyone doing? Hopefully good. Moto Monday number 81. We're going to do a few more call-ins for this one. We don't have all the new equipment set up, but we have a lot of it. And I'm just going to double check a few things while we're doing this. Hopefully everyone can hear us okay. Stream's not the best, but oh well. So, how's it going, Joe? Yeah, we're going to make a call in to a couple guys that were racing. What was it? Oakland was this last one.
Right.
I just know it was California. Get all confused. We have Anna A1, A2. We don't have A3 this time.
I don't think so.
I don't think. Yeah, it's just A1 and 2. We got Oakland. Yeah. Good racing though. I mean, I thought it was a decent race. What do you think?
Yeah.
I had fun with it. And I got the NBC Sports Gold, which we've talked about a few times. Not bad, I'll say. The quality's not bad. The dead time in between was horrible. I'd rather give me a Burgerville commercial, something like.
Right.
The dead time was a little rough. I think they need B-roll.
Mm-hmm.
They need some kind of B-roll. It's killing me. Like, guys, it's rough. Okay, it's a little rough. We need to fix that. But other than that, though, they're doing a decent job. Ricky Carmichael still sucks on a microphone.
Right. He does.
I know I'm being a little bit of a hater. He's just not my favorite on a microphone. He's one of the best to ever throw a leg over a dirt bike, but let's not put him on a microphone. Just my 2 cents. Anyways, so, okay. We're going to do a little call in here. I got to take it out of my case. We got a couple guys to talk to. It's going to be about the Oakland Supercross. Guys who are out there riding, racing, making it on TV. And the first one is actually going to be a relative of mine, who is also a former Moto Monday guest, Mason Wharton. He's on that 767 machine. I've had a lot of people see him out racing and ask, hey, do you have a brother who races? Not quite. Cousin, lives just down the road, though. But yeah, that's the fast Wharton. There's me, and the fast Wharton is Mason. So we're going to call him. Guys have been seeing he's been making the night shows, getting on TV a bit, and talk to him, see how racing went. So we're going to call him right now. Unless, Joe, anything else you want to cover before we call him?
No.
No.
I'm good.
You're pretty laid back.
I'm very laid back.
All right, let's give him a call.
Does he not like you?
I don't know. Is
Hello?
he? Mason,
What's up?
what's up, man? You're on Moto Monday. How's it going, dude?
Going good, dude.
This is your second time, although you're not here in person. But
Yeah.
yeah. We were literally just talking about how everyone's been asking me about who's that other Wharton guy. Is that my brother on TV? No, that's just my faster cousin. Yeah, I don't have a brother, but yeah, man. I won't take up a ton of your time, but you want to tell us how Oakland went for you?
Yeah. It was off and on. Had some good moments, bad moments. First practice was pretty dang wet. It seemed to always water it really a lot first practice, and then first time qualifying practice, I was doing all right, getting the track down, get some jumps down, and then I looked down and my bike was steaming. I looked down and my frame bolt came out of my bike, and obviously lost my oil, and then the motor started going.
Oh.
So yeah. So after then I push it off the track, and then luckily they give you like an hour of like 30 between the last practice, and so luckily my mechanic was able to swap my motor from my practice bike into my race bike, and I was able to go out for the next qualifying practice, put in a decent time. Track was beat down though, so it was tough.
Yeah.
And made the night show. Went down in the whoops in the heat race. I go to the LCQ and then went down also and again in the whoops. So it was tough, but it's a good learning experience. I know what to work on, so just gotta build from that, really.
So I obviously wasn't there, but I had a few people talking to me like they had some ruts there. Was it any more rutted than a few other tracks, or was it about average, or was it a little rougher there?
Um, I I would say it was about average. I mean, the whoops were destroyed. I remember I rode press day and I walked them, and uh we don't get to ride them for press day, but I watched them and they were super soft. I could just tell instantly from other whoops that they were gonna get destroyed.
Mm.
So mainly, yeah, I got rutted in the corners, but once that day got on, it actually got really nice and tacky. I would say it wasn't like gnarly in the corners or anything. Just the whoops were that fell apart, and they were gnarly. They weren't even whoops. They're just like random pieces of dirt, just like bumps
Yeah,
here and
there was.
there, and you just haven't mixed through.
It seemed to be like a deal breaker for a lot of people. A lot of passes being made, and a lot of people just totally butchering them too. So
Yeah, I remember in the heat race, I'd go for a pass on somebody, and they'd get sketchy, and once they started going sideways, they like come into your lane, then you got to shut off, and it was crazy. A lot went down the whoops, and I saw like at least 10 guys just in practice go down in them.
yeah, they definitely look gnarly. And wasn't it like one whoop section turn and then another whoop section?
Yeah. So
Jeez.
you come around the corner and you see a long section of whoops that you just pucker up and close your eyes and go through. Then if you survive that set, then you gotta do another turn and do the same thing. And after just, at least for me, going through both those sets, I was tired.
Yeah, I
Just going
bet.
through the whoops. I had to finish the rest of the track.
2 whoop sections in a row. That's kind of gnarly, especially if they're like falling apart. That's just gnarly.
Yeah, you gotta go through and you gotta squeeze your bike and just spray and you get
Just
through, you
squeeze and
get through,
pray.
and then the rest of the track's easy after that.
So, yeah, you made the night show. We got to see
hmm
you on TV. Let's see, you've done every round so far, right?
Yes, I have.
Are you going to keep doing the rest of the series? Are you going to just stick it out for the west side only? What's your plans?
I think the plan is obviously all the West Coast, and then um, do a couple of those 250 West East routes
Okay.
just for the experience. And then I've been talking around. I might do some 450 races East Coast.
Okay. You been getting any
Just,
practice
just
time in on the 450?
well, I don't know honestly if I'm gonna do 450 or just toughing it out and just continue build and ride like 250 in the 450 class.
Oh,
Just just so I'm staying on the same bike, building, learning, and then when it comes back to West, I'm not like I'm fresh. I'm not switching bikes. I'm not on a long break, and come back for the West rounds, just building off of the East rounds that I've been riding. I think that's
okay.
the plan.
That would be gnarly. That'd be impressive, though, if you could hang out with those boys. They're going to have just a
I mean, I
little
don't care if
power,
it's like
but, you know.
it's gonna be tough to hang with them, lap times and stuff, but it's really just the experience and staying fresh and just
Oh,
each
for
week
sure.
learning what you need to do and build from there. And then when it comes back to the West round, you're fresh and not taking a break like that 5 week break that the West East has.
Yeah, you're not going in cold. Yeah, there's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah,
Is your bike being hauled by TPJ this year?
yeah. The TPJ racing team, fly racing team, they'll haul my bike. So
Okay.
luckily the West rounds have been pretty all close here in California. I just drive, but once the rounds go east, I'll just give them my bikes and they take and I fly in. So that's a great help for me.
Oh, yeah, I bet. So,
Yeah.
okay. Well, it seems like you've been off to a decent start. You've got a little TV time. You're getting that Wharton name out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, I've been also confused with Blake Wharton and all of them. So it's fun. I'm just excited. I did it 2 years ago, but only made it 2 rounds in and got hurt. So this is my first year, doing the whole thing and first year making night shows. So I've set my goal to make night shows. Now I want to make main. Just kind of build and learn and move on from there.
Yeah, step at a time. Well, that's how you do it. Well, I'd say you're off to a decent start then. So,
Yeah.
cool, man. Well, I won't keep you. I know you got a lot of stuff to do, man. But you got any final words of wisdom or anyone you want to thank for helping you get through the series at least so far? What are we at? 3, 4 rounds in, Joe? We 4?
4 rounds.
4
Yeah,
rounds in.
going into the fifth. It seems like it's going by so really short at the same time, long because 4 rounds in, and then each Saturday you're racing, and then comes and goes. If it's a good week, it seems like it comes by too fast. If it's a long week, it takes forever.
Yeah, a little different. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just daily fly racing, 100% goggles, Mobius braces, CD boots. Obviously, my parents helped me out. My trainer, Randy Lawrence, my mechanic, Justin, and everyone else just helped me keep the dream alive.
Right on, man. Well, I'll be wishing you the best of luck for the next round. We'll be watching you guys. Be watching for that 767 Kawasaki. I know if he has a good finish, maybe he'll throw in one of those old 1-footers like he used to. Maybe. If you do, Mason, please do it for me. 1-footer.
Okay, we'll do.
Okay, man. Well, hey, you have a good night. I appreciate it, dude. And we will talk to you later.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you again.
Take care.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye. So yeah, Mason, my cousin, definitely the faster one of the family. Dude, I remember him racing on Plini's, little Plini 50s back in the day, and he was a freaking daredevil. He was number 199 back then. Before, when he first started, he was 199, and then he switched over to 76 that he had to now. Now he's 767, but it was a 76. But before he switched over to that, he loved Travis Pastrana. He had the 199 on his bike, and he was crazy. Him, man, who was the group back then? It was like him, Matt Shirley, Devin Harriman, just wild childs on 50s, hucking gaps that you don't see the 50 riders do nowadays. You know what I mean? I almost feel like back then our 50 riders were faster. They'd do the craziest things. I remember when Mason hit the pro double at PIR. Connor Mitchell used to hit that on his 50, and you're just like, that is a huge jump for a 50 rider. And now look at him. Mason is now racing Supercross. Will smoke me on a big bike.
Yep.
But I'm catching up here. Let's see. We got a little time, just a few minutes before we'll make our next phone call. But it's cool to see him come through the ranks and doing decent. I like seeing all the local boys. I can say I've watched them from the time they're on minis, getting all the way up to racing Supercross.
Right.
There's been a few of those. You've been around for another 20, 30 years more than me, so I'm sure you've seen more.
Yeah, I've seen some.
Yeah, you just roll. Joe, you're so laid back. You just roll with it.
I'm sound guy.
Yeah, but we don't.
No guests. So
we don't have a
I'm in the
guest, so
shot.
you're gonna have to. Yeah. Hey, Robert, we got to call you sometime. Actually, you should Facebook me your phone number if you want to put in a couple extra minutes, because I might be able to slip you in on today's show. I want to talk to you. I was going to message you today, but I want to see how you did at X Games, okay? Because your name popped up.
Yep. And
Some Northwest boys really been killing it lately, dude. From everything from X Games to Supercross, Motocross. Like the past year and a half, I think has been really good for Northwest boys.
yeah. And then Doug said 99 killed it.
Oh yeah, how'd Politelli do?
He qualified right out of the heat, ninth place,
Yeah.
and then he had bike problems again. So
Hondas, man, I'm telling you.
I know.
Oh, I shouldn't jinx myself. I have his
I
old
know.
bike.
Well, his old bike still works.
That's because
It's an
I'm
18.
riding it.
They're having electrical problems with his 19 right now, but it might be something aftermarket. But he says they got it figured out.
Well, that's good. He should hurry up and figure that out.
But he got in the first heat, so no LCQ.
Good job, Politelli. Really one of the nice guys at the track.
Yeah.
Really one of the nice guys for sure. Okay. Yeah, Joe, you are super laid back today. You're just like all chill. I like the new Moto Monday shirt. Guys, if you want a new Moto Monday shirt, you can get them over at one10clothing.com, 110clothing.com. We got some new Moto Monday shirts. A lot of new product dropping, including Moto Monday stuff. Okay, so we're going to keep you all updated. We got some new Moto Monday beanies. I should have wore one of the new hats. I just got a regular 110 hat on. But we have some new Moto Monday hats and beanies. So if you guys want to get some swag, they're over there. All proceeds go to help buy us more wires, cables, and cameras for Moto Monday. Because heaven knows we need more in here. You guys can't see the rest of it, but it's basically just a mess of cables. And I already need more. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to read the comments, but I'm getting distracted. So, let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Who was the other Northwest boys that we had? Carson Brown. Carson Brown had a really good day. Of course, Chris Howell and Devin Harriman getting some TV time, getting together. Two Northwest boys who have raced against each other a lot. Who else do we have for Northwest boys up there? I'm totally going off the top of my head right now without looking at results. I should really have this up, but yeah, Carson was doing good, man. Carson had a good run there. He was, I know, in the main. I forget what he finished overall, but he was running 14th and running strong there for a while.
Yeah, and he got through in the heat also.
Yeah,
no LCQ.
Didn't have to go to LCQ. Yeah, he was looking good. He had a rough week in the one before, and man, this one he's looking quick. I would call Carson Brown, but I do believe his dad said he has an early bedtime. One of these days we'll have to get him on though. But I've tried to call him before, and he's like, yeah, he kind of goes to bed early, or maybe his dad is just messing with him. I don't know.
7 o'clock's a little early.
Dude, some people have some weird habits. I know some athletes who they got some weird sleeping habits, and you just let them be, let them do their things.
Doug's threatening to leave.
Doug All, one of these days you're going to do a call in to us. Douglas All has been literally one of the regulars since probably day one.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a few people who have been here since day one, and well, year one, and now look at you, you're working on the show.
Yeah.
But Doug All, I'd say, right up there. Okay. We're going to do another call in here in just a minute. Oh, okay. Actually, hang on. I'm getting warm in here, man. Let me take this off.
I can talk and entertain everybody. All right. I'll give him a play-by-play while you change. So I hope everybody's having a good night. I'm usually not one of the speakers on the show. I'm usually just doing the sound. But no guests. So, yeah, if everybody's like me, the 450 class fantasy picks are just throw all the numbers in a bowl and pick 5 of them out. Maybe take the top 10 qualifiers and just pull them out, because who knows what's going to happen in that.
Oh, who knows? I've given up trying to figure it out. It's
nuts.
I've totally given up on trying to figure any of that out, but it's almost more fun that way, you know? It's almost more fun.
Not if you want points.
Oh, I quit playing. Screw that, dude. Screw that. No, I don't even play, but I like not knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's been a decent racing season so far. NBC, don't get me started on that, but decent racing seasons so far. Not bad.
I picked Muscan to win, and I totally didn't even think about how horrible he is in the whoops. I was just like, why did I do that?
He is so bad in the whoops, and it was 2 whoop sections in a row. Just not his jam.
Yeah.
Not his jam. Okay, so we're going to call. Is it a good time to call, Chris?
Yeah.
You down? All right. Let's see here. We're going to go talk to a guy who has been racing pro in the Pacific Northwest for some time now. One of the nicest guys you will meet. Pretty quick on a dirt bike. Chris Howell.
Hello?
Hey, Chris.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, man? This is Justin and intern Joe, and you're on Moto Monday.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Even though this is probably nothing compared to the amount of press that you got just for a couple days ago for hitting a fellow Northwest rider. It was funny how much TV time they gave to that. But yeah, you've been racing Supercross, and I'm sorry I'm jumping literally right to the chase, but they gave you a lot of love on TV for getting into qualifying by hitting Devin Harriman.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I had a pretty decent start in the heat in LCQ, and was running third, and I actually fell in the sand, and I went back to 6th, so they had to put a charge on, and got back up to 5th, right behind Devin in the last lap, and just had to make it happen, and feel bad, but I mean, got to make that main event, you know?
Oh, that's the final spot, and I was watching and I didn't think you would go for it like that. I was like, oh, I mean, you didn't take him out. It was a pass. It was a straight up pass. No one went down, but you went for it and you got it. Now I'm curious. We obviously can't hear, but Devin rolled up to you afterwards. I don't know if he gave you a fist bump, but if you don't mind, what did he say to you afterwards?
He didn't say much. I mean, I think he was a little bit more just bummed on him and Champion got a little for battle. Him and Champion got in a little battle a little bit before that, and he messed up over the finish line and wasn't able to jump it. So that allowed me to get a little bit closer. So he's a little more bummed on that scenario. And he didn't seem too bummed on my pass. He's like, dude, if the other way around, I would have done the same thing. And he gets it. It's racing and it's for the final spot. So we're both cool about it, and I don't think we have any hard feelings on it.
I mean, just watching TV, it looked like a good, show of sportsmanship between you guys. I know the two of you have definitely raced together more than once. Both coming up in the Northwest here.
So, yeah, for sure. No, I have nothing but respect for the kid, and I think we're good sportsmanship, and I think we look forward to battling some more.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to you because I rewatched it today, and you were in third, then you were in sixth.
Yeah,
you were 4 seconds back of Devin.
Kind of disappeared. They didn't really show what happened.
Yeah, and then you caught up. So I didn't know if maybe he gave it to you a little earlier, and you were giving it back.
Yeah.
But
oh no, I crashed on my own. I came over the wall, jumped in the sand a little far, and just tucked the front end and fell over. It was just.
And then I saw
stupid mistake, but
got
up and.
Yeah, and then I saw after you made that pass, you went in that sand, and woo, you got a little squirrely there for a second.
Yeah, I almost did it again.
Yeah.
That would have been horrible. I would have been real pissed off, that's for sure.
Yeah, that congratulations on that charge, though. That was making up 4 seconds.
Yeah, we didn't know what happened. They didn't really
race.
show what happened, but then you were way back and like, oh, man. And then like, oh, he's moving up. He's moving up. Last lap. Like, he made it. We didn't know what happened though, so I guess it was just a small mistake on your end.
Yeah, just totally my fault. I just, like I said, came into the sand a little far off that wall jump and got a little deep in the berm and just tucked the front end and fell over.
Hey, but you got it done. You made the main. So
yeah, I mean, I was pumped on it. So just now looking forward to San Diego this weekend, which looks like it's going to be a mudfest.
Oh Lord,
boy.
I hate those.
So real quick,
and I only
before
just watch them.
Yeah, I don't even like it. When I watch the nasty mud ones, it hurts me sometimes watching them go through. I was like, oh, I remember races like that. But before we move on to that one real quick, though, we were just talking to my cousin Mason Wharton a second ago, and he was telling me those whoops got pretty hammered. What'd you think of those 2 whoop sections out there?
Yeah, they definitely got pretty hammered. They're a little ruddy and got cupped out, but I actually liked them. I like hard whoops, and I think that separates some people, and it definitely plays to my advantage and some stuff like that. Like, that's where I was making a lot of time up in the LCQ.
You liked them, okay.
Definitely helped me out.
There was a lot of people who looked like they did not like them. You could see people just struggling to get through. And this is, of course, just watching from TV. But, some people seem to get them. And other people were going buck wild sideways through them, trying to figure them out. So.
Yeah, for sure. And they got real technical in the main event. Like, it's just everyone just started jumping through them because they were definitely getting some squirrely ruts and stuff in them.
So, question for you. Some of the people on here don't race or never race, but what was going through your head when you saw Champion kind of block out Devin a little bit and knowing that he wasn't going to hit that finish line?
Oh, yeah.
Well, mainly it was like, man, do I jump it? Because Devin was on the left and then we were lapping a guy that was on the right, and I just kind of aimed for the middle and was hoping I wouldn't land on anyone, basically. So pretty much what was going through my head.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of saw that too. I was like, you just went up, and I was like, ooh, hope Devin stays to the left.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you got her done.
So you've been racing, man, Supercross and Arena Cross for a while now. When was it you went pro, man? Because I mean, you've raced a lot of local stuff, and you've hit a few races. When did you? I'm trying to remember back in the back of my head. I feel like I have an idea, but when did you first go pro?
I went pro when I was 16 in like 2008.
2008. So. I seem to remember you pretty early in your career out at the PRO round at PIR. And
yeah,
why it sticks in my head, I remember you, Tappy, and a few other guys were like just getting going, and then next thing you know, I'm watching y'all racing Arena Cross and like doing good. But like a lot of the people there did decent, went pretty far. So
Yeah, for sure. We had a good age group that kind of all went pro at the same time, and Anstead and me and Tappy and them, and we pretty much all went and did Supercross and stuff. So it was good. I definitely think I went pro a little early. If I could do it now again, I definitely would have waited a couple more years. But I mean, hindsight's 2020, So
would you have rather?
It is what it is.
Now, why do you say that? I mean, would you have rather stayed amateur so you could hit more like amateur nationals, or what makes you say that?
Yeah. I think I should have just hit a couple more amateur nationals when I got a little bit older. I was 16 when I was doing it, and I mean, there's a lot of learning curve that goes on.
Oh yeah.
I think in those next couple of years, and I think it would have been a little bit more beneficial to stay down a little bit longer. But it was at the point where, hey, let's go pro. I'm 16. We have nothing else to do, and we didn't know any better, so we just sent it.
So do you think it's beneficial for people who kind of want to go, let's say they want to go down the route that you took? Well, not necessarily by the age of going pro, but like, let's say a local kid, he wants to go fast. He wants to eventually try his hand at Supercross, Do you think it's beneficial for him to go and, stay intermediate and race some big amateur races and kind of do that for a while to cut his teeth? Or do you think it matters? I mean, just for people who even want to eventually get there, do you think jumping in pro and just doing a bunch of local pro stuff will work? Or do you think it's beneficial to, not speaking for yourself, just in general for other people? Do you think, maybe hit a few Lorettas, a few Mammoths, stuff like that?
In a way, I think it kind of depends on what level you're trying to achieve. If you're super good at intermediate, I think it's beneficial to stay intermediate and try to get some sort of a ride, if that makes sense. Because if you just go pro and try to do a privateer style, like, it's really difficult to go get a ride, and there's only a few people that's ever done that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have the ability, I think it's more beneficial to try to stay intermediate, do well at Loretta's, get a ride that helps you go into the A class. That's just my experience. I think that would be a little bit more beneficial. But let's say you're not, I think it might as well turn pro and start riding and making some money and try to go hit the amateur Supercross races they have now and see how you're doing and try to get your license and go that route.
Yeah, I know at a local level, if you don't want to race Supercross at a local level, if you're really fast intermediate, I mean, the fast intermediate kids are pro level speed. They might not always make the right decisions in certain scenarios, but it's almost like it's just as competitive at a local level to be a fast intermediate or a fast pro. I've told some people, like, man, if you don't want to really go and do anything big, it's almost better to try to make some money here and there. But a whole different scenario to go do what you're doing, racing in, the big show. So.
Yeah, for sure. It just kind of depends on what your plan is and what you want to achieve in the sport, I think, is what road you want to go down.
Yeah. So what's your plan? It's 2019. You've done some arena cross. You've done some Supercross. What's your plan for this year? I mean, you got a few Supercrosses under your belt now. You've gotten you definitely got some good TV time at this last round. What you doing for 2019?
Yeah, plan is just to finish out West Coast Supercross, and I want to get in the top 15 and just keep improving every weekend and whatnot. We started off a little slow. A1 was a mutter and just had some bad luck there. Then just didn't ride very good at round 2 at Glendale.
Mm-hmm.
I just honestly didn't ride the best I could, and then I turned around at A2 and made the main there, and then last weekend made the main again. So I just want to just keep improving and try to get in the top 15 and steadily just get better. But do the whole West Coast Supercross. I've thrown the idea to go do some East Coast 450 stuff, but that just depends on getting everything together, getting budgets, and going to go do that, because it's hard to get a bike over there, let alone fly and hotels and whatnot. Just gets expensive, and just have to put budgets together for that. But that's kind of my plan right now. And then once outdoor starts, I'll probably do the first 3, which are all West Coast rounds, and then Oshawa, of course. But that's pretty much my plan as of right now. I mean, things change, but we'll see how it goes.
So maybe not follow the whole series, but just hit some West Side ones?
Yeah, it's kind of the plan for outdoors is some West Coast outdoor stuff. So
You gonna mix it up with any local stuff along the way? Maybe when Supercross is over.
yeah, I think that's the plan. I kind of did that last year, so I think about probably doing the same thing this year.
Okay.
Just try to go make some money and whatnot.
I got a couple questions for you.
Mhm.
So what's your deal with JMC? Like what support are you with them, or are you?
They've helped me out quite a bit. I mean, it's kind of funny because they started the team in 2016, just with helping me and Noah out, and then kind of grew from there. Now we have a semi, so they've definitely stepped it up, and they've been a good back me 100% and helped me out with pretty much whatever I need, and I can't do it without them, and they've been a pretty big part of my program the last few years.
So what do you have to buy or pay for out of pocket?
Oh, the privateer talk is coming from intern Joe.
Right.
Yeah. Out of pocket, I have to pay for pretty much travel expenses, hotels. I have some sponsors that pay for entry fees, personal sponsors that pay for entry fees, and then all the stuff during the week, which that's the stuff that gets expensive, which is practice fees, practice bike maintenance, and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
as far as the race bike and everything goes for, they've done well and treat me good on that, but just all the little expenses what add up,
Yeah, because I noticed you're trying to sell shirts to help your efforts. So
Yeah,
maybe just let everybody
all
know
that
how.
money goes help.
Yeah, maybe
Sorry,
let
go ahead.
everybody know how they can get a hold of a shirt.
Yeah, no, the shirt money definitely helps out. It definitely goes towards the hotels and all the little expenses, like $65 to go ride a Supercross track during the week.
Yeah. So
Go ride 3 times a week, you're at $170,
yeah.
$175.
So how do they get a hold of you to get a shirt?
Easiest way is just to hit me up on Facebook, just message me, or Instagram, just shoot me a direct message, and I'll get you a shirt out. We'll get PayPal or something, and send you one out in the mail.
Okay.
Right on. So, yeah, we'll let you go, man. We got one more call in we got to do, but wishing you the best of luck at the next round and the rest of your racing this year. I've told everyone it's always rad to see Northwest boys do well, and you're one of the nicest guys you run into the track. Other than, of course, your Facebook, we can just look up your name, but any other social media that we got that people can follow you at? And is there any sponsors you want to throw a quick plug in for?
Yeah, pretty much social media. I'm just usually on Instagram at Chris Howell Racing, and then just Facebook at Chris Howell Racing is my racing page, and then I have my personal page too. And then, yeah, I like to think JMC Motorsports has, like I said, been a huge part of my program the last few years, and Fly Racing, Integrity Electric, Alliance Steel. There's a bunch of people help me out. I have to get the list, but can't forget anybody real quick.
No problem.
Pardon me, because sometimes when I'm on the spot, I can't remember.
Yeah, I have a list too that I read every week.
Joe's the same.
Yeah, but I want to make sure I get everyone plugged in here. So, I can think JMC Motorsports Racing, Fly Racing, Husqvarna Motorcycles, Higley Electric, Axum Construction, WPS, Alliance Steel, Horn Rapids, Howard's Paving and Excavating, McCormick Excavation, Evergreen Valley Construction, River's Edge, Owens Meats, Ren Fuel, Renthal, Dunlop, Liquid Moly, W, Offline Stars, Moto Stuff, Gut Siege, Engine Ice, X Brand, Goggles, Recluse, DT1, Bud Racing, HES Exhaust, Tri-City Tools, Enzo, Dynamic Designs, Cherry Bees, ARC, Motion Pro, Technical Touch, Atlas Brace, CTI knee braces, Canada Construction, The Man Shop, Slick Products USA, and Peter's Hardware. I mean, I have a big list of people behind me, and I can't thank them enough for all the support. And like I said, follow me on social media, Instagram, Facebook. Just gotta get my likes up. That's what people have been telling me.
Gotta get him up. All right, guys, everyone watching, go follow Chris Howell. Give him a high five through Instagram. Cheer him on. He'll be out there round 5. Dude, I appreciate the time to talk to us. I know you probably have plenty going on, but I appreciate you taking some time. Good job making a main and making a splash on how you made the main. Had to come back from a Versian there. You got definitely a lot of TV time, so we're going to be wishing you the best of luck the next one, man.
Yeah, good luck,
Awesome.
man.
Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
For sure. You have a good one, and we'll catch up with you later.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right,
Yep.
take care. Bye. Yeah, I had to jump right to it. I had to just jump right to because that's what everyone remembers from that round. That was a memorable moment that Chris Howell was in qualifying, and then he's not, and he's way back. Oh, Chris ain't gonna make the main last lap. Oh my gosh, here he comes. Oh, and he hit another Northwest rider.
Yep.
No one went down. No one got hurt, but it was aggressive, and especially for Chris, who, like I said, he's one of the nicest guys you'll meet at the track. But he wanted to get in that main, and last lap of the LC Cube, all bets are off. Like, man, I would do that for a win in the 30-plus class. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no money in, like, or if anything, there's only just a little bit of money. Like, last lap of LCQ's got to be the most savage lap in racing.
Yeah, if the guys are close enough, for sure.
Okay, we got one more call in, and we did not plan this one, but hey, we're going to do it anyways. We're going to have a little fun with this. So give me a minute, guys. Oh yeah, people have been asking, Joe.
Yeah.
When are we gonna get some intern Joe swag out?
I don't know.
We need to get on that.
I think I know a guy.
Do you know a guy that can
I
make
do
maybe
know a
some
guy.
T-shirts or
I
something?
think so.
We should probably get on that because people have been asking. Okay. One more call in. Oops, I can't type. The man who got a bronze medal in 2018 X Games was a snowbike best trick, Robert Haslam, which, X Games was just going on, and I think he was competing.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man? And Robert?
This is Robert.
Okay, I was questioning whether I put the number in right. What's up? This is Justin, intern Joe, and you're on Moto Monday, finally. Even though it's even a call in, it's a good step in the right direction. One day we'll have to actually get you in here.
Totally, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm actually just in the car right now. I'm, I don't know, probably 45 minutes south of Salt Lake City on my way back from Aspen at the moment.
So, well, that's a great segue into how'd it go? How'd it go for you, man?
All things considered, it went about as good as it could. I mean, not exactly what we had hoped for going into it, a couple of months or so ago, but things just fought me this year compared to last year. Last year I thought was going to be, the tough year, the rookie going in there, never ridden a snow bike a day in my life, and this year should have been, by all means, a little bit easier on me, but I mean, we had issues with the snow bike kit itself, fighting an injury throughout training that could have been a lot worse. Had a head cold at one point. Just literally everything you could think of that you could throw in a guy's way that's just trying to, make it to the big show there and do well, that tried to prevent me from going. So the fact that we got there, we got on that stage, got in front of the TV, and rode solid, that's literally all I can ask for at this point.
So I'm going to be honest, I only caught a couple snippets. I really struggle to be able to watch stuff live. I'm usually the guy who watches it like a week later when he finally has some time, or it'll be like on the TV in the corner at the shop while I'm working. So I didn't get to see the final results. I'm sorry. How'd you end up finishing though? And actually before that, 2018, you got a bronze medal, right?
Yeah. So I finished third in 18. I got the bronze. And like I said, this year I hope to go in there and at least get back on the podium. And, it proved to be quite the chore just to make sure that not only was I healthy, but that my snow bike kit that I was dealing with this year was healthy, just to make it there and stay in one piece too. So we got those two things handled, and I ended up fifth this year. But, I kind of went into it just literally 2 days before X Games even. I didn't even know if I was going to go yet for sure. Like, I was on the fence just because nothing was working.
Oh, damn.
Everything was fighting me. I was nursing this knee. And so I kind of went in with the mentality when we finally were in the car of just, you know what, I'm going to go there. And not that it's racing, but that old cliche, like ride your own race.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the mentality I had. I just went there and just wanted to stomp something, put my best foot forward, just kind of make a showing, and then, obviously gear up for next year and just go hit it even harder.
So, is this your second year of doing this then? Am I correct on that?
Second year, yeah.
How
Yeah.
long have they had best trick for snow bikes? This is something fairly, I mean, the snow bikes in general is fairly new, right? I mean, how long have they had this?
Yeah, no, this is actually the second year, so I'm pretty much one of the guys pioneering this whole thing right now.
Yeah, it's pretty new. So I'm assuming then you got some years of freestyle moto under your belt before you decided to go hit the snow.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, no, I've been riding freestyle moto for probably a little over a decade now. Started kind of just going to tracks, and I'd be the guy out there that looked like a goofball with cut fenders and stuff, trying to just jump the jumps and do tricks. And then, shortly out of high school and whatnot, I moved down to California, kind of did that whole thing, met some people, and happy to say that I'm at least residing back in the Northwest now and calling that home once again, and trying to do everything I can out of the Pacific Northwest.
So what made you think of snow? Like, were you a snowmobile guy? Do you have any experience, or was this just random out of the blue? Hey, let's try this whole snow thing.
I'm gonna be brutally honest. I can't stand the cold. Like, yeah, we live in the Northwest, but I feel like
Yeah.
The wet cold's a lot different than 10 to 15 degree snowy cold weather. So, no, before this whole thing last year, I'd never even set foot on a snowmobile or a snow bike. So, literally the first time that I ever got on quote unquote a snow bike was for Best Trick. And I
What?
hadn't even jumped one of these things to a snow landing prior to X Games last year at all.
You that is wild. You went in literally cold. Like, you
Oh,
don't have any
totally.
experience hucking these things or even playing in the snow, because I'm assuming snow's just a little bit different than the dirt.
Oh man, you would not believe. I mean, at least there's a little familiarity when we're training in the foam pit with the front wheel on. We still got some front gyro, but the minute that ski goes on the front, it's like you're a kid that just got the training wheels off the PW50 for the first time. You're trying to figure out how to just ride the thing in a straight line.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be heavier. The snow feels different than the dirt. Yeah, you no longer have that front wheel spinning, so I'm sure how you have to balance that. I mean, I'm just going through my head as someone who's never actually ridden one. I'm just going through my head like, that's just got to be massively different. Even though it's a bike per se, that's got to be different.
Well, and the messed up thing too is, I've told a few people, they've asked like how it is to ride these things versus jumping. For one, like I said, I've never even ridden like a traditional snow bike like that you buy off the shelf. Like, all I've ever been on is these short tracks that are one-offs that there's only a handful of them even in existence at this point. And there's anything like any kind of hang time sucks so bad. Like, you're better off just backflipping. For one, you're blind, and for two, you're at least putting a little bit of gyro back in.
Yeah. Man, that would be crazy. So this is a whole new sport, and you're jumping right in. You already got a medal, but it seems like you adapted okay. How are there? I didn't go through the whole list of names. Are they literally just moto guys that are doing this, or do you see some like snow cross snowmobile dudes jumping over and trying the whole snow bike thing?
Yeah, so I mean, for the most part, it's moto guys. I mean, kind of a multi-dimensional athlete. He's just killing it on sleds these days, but he does ride moto in the summer, so he's got that background too going for him. And then there were a couple other guys who were training for snow bike this year that were trying to get in, and Daniel Bodine's one of them. He's a sled guy, but he had broken his thumb a few weeks before X Games, and so snow bike and just tried to limp his way into X Games, and then he ended up getting a gold sled. I think he's just gnarly. The Vikings are crazy.
Yeah, I'd back you up on that. That was interesting because you in the racing and in the racing side, like the snow bikes. Like, I got a buddy who does the racing. I'm sure you know Darren Mees. He's one of those multifaceted guys. Like, he could snowmobile, dirt bike. It doesn't matter. He can do decent kind of on whatever you throw him on. But like, seeing some of those races, there's guys who are definitely non-moto, and they're totally just the sled scene guys, which I really know very little about, honestly. But then you also get the moto. It's kind of a mix. They're all kind of jumping. It's like the old supermoto days. You had a big crossover of a few different sports all jumped in, and some guys just took to it, But it was
totally,
new.
Totally.
It was new, and so it was kind of a combo of everything, mixing them together, and that's exactly what the snow bikes are. You're mixing moto with snow, and which I don't think I could figure it out. But I was just kind of curious how much of a crossover there really was, at least in the freestyle part of it, you know? Because in the racing, it seems like there's a decent mix. But
Yeah, no, I think that we'll see more and more like as the years go on if this sport can keep evolving. I mean, the scary thing when I say like freestyle motocross, for example, and there was granted it's still pretty exponential on like the learning curve for all these tricks and whatnot, just how much it's exploded even in the last like 5 years.
mhm.
But at least that's stretched over say 20 years, whereas snowbike freestyle only in 2 years of existence is already like getting to the level of freestyle at this point. It's scary to think like I sat here last year at this time frame thinking, okay, like it was gnarly enough the first year. What are we going to do this next year? And I mean, I was just blown away by what everybody was trying to throw down or working on in the foam pit and everything else. And year 3, man, I don't even know. I'm gonna have to get on Xanax or something to get ready for that one.
Yeah, it's probably going to be wild. Yeah, with it so new, I'm sure it's just full speed, full send right now of people trying to advance and advance.
Oh
Craziness.
yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. It is so new that like it's right for the picking to try and carve your name in a little piece of history and blow yourself up and make yourself marketable for some of these sponsors to come in and start endorsing this new avenue of things.
Oh yeah, no, I can only imagine. So you're now 2 years in. So what do you do outside of the X Games then? Do you go do shows? Is there any other places you could go do this with? Is this literally the only place you do the snow bike stuff?
Yeah, for now it's the only place I'm doing the snow bike stuff. I've been kind of back and forth. I mean, a lot of it's dictated on if we can find, a ramp or a jump that we can use. In the summer, I operate Jet City FMX out in the Northwest, so we do all freestyle demos and exhibitions around Washington, Oregon, Idaho, kind of all over really.
Okay.
And that's just a traditional sense of freestyle where it's just mobile landing, takeoff ramp. We set up at fairs or monster truck shows, the typical kind of thing, and just do like a normal freestyle show. But I definitely like the ability to kind of cross over and maybe do both or one or the other. Even like maybe I can get some snow events on board to just bring the snow bike in and do some jumps and stuff if we can figure it out and get it a little more consistent.
That would be sick. Right on. Well, I'm checking the time. Looks like we're going to have to go here in just a minute. But I appreciate you letting us give you a call, especially because we didn't plan this. I just saw you jump on like, oh, that's one guy. I meant to hit you up and message you and ask you how it went and stuff. So it was just random. Hey, do you want to jump on the show? And so I appreciate you coming on the show. Sorry, I got people now trying to distract me as I'm trying to get out of the show. But before we let you go, though, man, how can we follow you on social media? And you want to throw out any sponsor plugs, or you can just throw out a plug for yourself?
Yeah, sure. I mean, all my socials pretty much linked through my Instagram, and that's just Haslam FMX. So check that out, hit it up. I mean, you'll be able to kind of see where we're going to be at from here. We're going to have a little bit of downtime between now and when demo season starts up, but once it does, we'll be bouncing around, hitting some pretty cool events around the Northwest. And as far as sponsors go, CBDMD is probably the biggest one I got right now that's helping me out. That stuff's been rad just for training, but then a little bit of financial support for them too. And then Flyer Racing with everything they've done gear wise and what have you. Kicker Audio has been helping me out. Rod at RMR Suspension has been super crucial in getting my suspension figured out for this snow bike. And then you got the local boys Duvall that have helped me out with some oddball projects for the snow bike too, which has been super awesome on their end. With everything they've got going on. And I mean, I can go on. There's a handful of others that, that deserve some nods and everything else, but, that's kind of the brunt of it. So.
Right on. Well, I appreciate it, man. I just got one more question for you, though. One of these
Sure.
days, are we going to get you in studio for Moto Monday?
Oh, man, for sure. If I make it down that way, definitely try and stop in. So, I've got some people in Portland I need to see at some point here, so maybe I can try and time it on a Monday and just stick around for a little live episode.
Hey, I think that would be fun. I am down. You just let me know when you're around. We could totally plan this thing. I think it would be a good time. Get to know a little bit more about your past and what you got going. I think it'd be a fun time. Joe, You got anything else? I think it'll be a fun time.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think we've had a freestyle guy
Mix
on
it
yet.
up.
Yeah, we've had a variety of people. We have not had a freestyle guy. See, you could be the first one, man. You could be the first one.
Totally. There's not really anybody else up this way in the Northwest that's really doing it, like at this level especially. So, I mean, it would definitely be a cool perspective for everybody else in the Northwest to kind of hear the story and go from there.
We do have, well, I don't know if he really lives around here as much. I was going to say, we do have Bamberg down here, but
yeah,
we still
Bamberg is a gnarly dude.
We run into him at Mountain View. He comes out and he pretty much just hits the big step up and throws whips over and over and over. That's how he rides Mountain View. He rarely does more than a lap at a time. Then he just goes right back to the step up and just over and over, throwing just the sickest whips.
That sounds like Bamberg.
Yeah. And I just watch it once or twice, like, yeah, just no, I'll just keep riding the track. But anyways, man, yes, let's definitely plan it. I think that would be a fun episode, so I'll stay in touch with you. You know how to get a hold of me. I appreciate you taking the time, especially because it was random, and we didn't give you any warning, but I appreciate it, man.
Oh, for sure, man. Thanks for eating up some of my drive time. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Well, hey, drive safe the rest of the trip, man, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Sounds good, man. Cheers.
All right, take care. Talk to you later, man.
Yep.
Bye. Yeah, we haven't had a freestyle guy on. That would be fun. We've had female racers, regular racers, intermediate pro kids. We've had track owners. We've had promoters.
Road bike.
He's still kind of a moto guy, but we did definitely dip into the road scene. We've had pit bikers. Why have we not had a freestyle guy? He had a good point, though. There's not many good, like, high-level freestyle guys around here. I was trying to think of who do we got, and I was like, oh, I can't forget Bamberg. Mm-hmm. I think he definitely qualifies. He travels with Nitro Circus, but at, like, Robert's level, there's not really a ton. There's a few I could probably start naming that are decent, but, like, there's not a ton. There's less to choose from than, like, local pros. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that'd be fun. We have to set that up. Yeah, it's just about time to shut this down. Supercross was good. I don't know. Anything else, Joe?
No.
You've been
nice and quiet.
Yeah, you're really quiet today. I like your new Moto Monday shirt, though.
Thanks. I did talk more than normal on this show.
That was more than normal?
It was a lot more. I was asking questions. And I didn't have resting cock base the whole time. So.
Well, that's progress.
Jamie will be proud of me. I'm pretty sure I smelled a few times. So.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's still progress. Okay, so we're going to get out of here. We're going to have the after show in just a few minutes. I'm going to switch over to Facebook. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful night. If you want to have some fun, like I said, after show is going to be, I don't know, what, 10 minutes or so?
Yeah, 10, 15.
Give us like 10, 15 max. We're going to be over on Facebook. It will be on my personal Facebook. Go look me up, Justin Wharton. This has been Moto Monday number 81. We had some call-ins. Mason Wharton, Chris Howell, and Robert Haslam. I hope I didn't butcher his last name. I think that's how you say it. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyways, we'll be back next week. It's been fun. You guys have a good one.